once again. Today we are going to discuss about the economics class 9 third chapter, poverty as a challenge. In this chapter we will discuss about why poverty it is one of the most important problem in Indian context. Next one, we will discuss what are the causes of poverty, what is the meaning of poverty, who are referred as poor in accordance to the Indian context. Next one, who have the possibility to fall in the poverty, and last of all we will discuss about the measures which has been taken by Indian government to remove poverty. So in this chapter we are taking poverty as a challenge, as it is one of the most important problem in independent India. Let's see that the inside of this chapter. Very particularly that the last line of this paragraph, what I am showing here, look at, there is the universal guideline from World Bank that for making comparisons between the developing countries, many international organizations like the World Bank use a uniform standard for the poverty line, minimum availability of the equivalent of $1 per person per day. So according to the international norm, according to the international guideline, who will be referred as the poor, the people, those who have less than $1 per day income, they will be referred as the $1 per day income. Less than of it, they will be referred as the poor. Next one, we are coming to the poverty estimations. What is the condition of our country? It is clear from the table 3.1. In the next page you will get that this page, this particular table, what is given there, that is 1993 to 2011-12. we are getting that the poverty ratio, number of poor in millions, how many people they are living in the poverty, that estimation. So what we are getting in 1993, total 403.7 million people, they were under poverty, and 2011-12 it has reduced to 269.3 millions. So poverty is reducing in our country, but side by side we have to keep in mind all these are official data in which we are getting that the poverty reduction, no doubt our per capita income has increased, our level of income has increased, but side by side we have to keep in mind that price of the daily commodities has increased. Suppose if you ask your grandfather, grandmother, or the people those who have born before 1970-78, this duration, what was the price difference, and you can also understand that what is the price of the different commodities, those which are very basic in our daily life, their price is increasing day by day. So if there is no parity between the rising of the price of the daily commodities, side by side the valuation of the money and the total income of a family, if it not increase, obviously that family, they will fall in the trap once again in the poverty. So per capita income always, increase in the per capita income always not the good indicator for the poverty eradication. Means the poverty is removing. If we claim that the poverty has reduced in our country, the problem of poverty has reduced, no, we cannot demand this one, because we have to calculate also that the present scenario in which we will see that the daily commodities prices are increasing. So lifestyle, maintaining of the lifestyle cost, it is increasing day by day. So so in that apparently there will be also the increase of the income. So whatever, that the poverty estimation in this portion, this data has been written in the sentences. You will read once again. Now we are moving to the next portion, vulnerable groups. Who are referred as the vulnerable groups? Vulnerable means those which have the possibility to be in danger, which the which have the possibility to fall in the problem, or the places those which are very much accident prone. Such things, such concept, it is referred as the vulnerable. Vulnerable means what? Vulnerable means possibility of hazard, possibility of disaster, that is referred as the vulnerable. So vulnerable groups, who are the vulnerable groups? Obviously the people those who have the less income, the people those who have not access to the education, those who are physically handicapped or physically disabled. Such persons, they used to face the problem in earning, that is why they are also vulnerable group, they are also in the vulnerable group. Next one, if we take the example, the people those who are in the poor health, those who have not the good health, good physique, they are also vulnerable to poverty, because due to the bad condition their income may deteriorate at any time. That is why we can say they are also vulnerable in case of what? In case of the poverty, vulnerable to the poverty. Now now on the basis of the Indian structure, Indian social structure, we can say ST, SCs, they are also vulnerable, though their condition has been improved a lot due to the reservation in the, according to the Mondal Commission's report, already you have read in civics. So but if we consider yet the people those who not able to come to the mainstream, those who have the less income, obviously they have the possibility to be fall in the trap of poverty. So they are referred as the vulnerable groups. Who are the vulnerable groups? Who have the less income? First of all, it is the overall concept. Next one, the people those who are physically disabled, those who have not proper education, because with education we can manage that the some of the earning scope, but if we don't have that the proper knowledge, proper proper concept of proper concept of the doing the work, if we don't have the accessibility to the technology, obviously we will fall in the vulnerable group and we have the possibility of poverty. Next one, look at that very particular lines, what I am going to show it. Next one, look at similarly 47% casual workers in urban areas are below poverty line. About 50% of landless agricultural workers and 43% of scheduled caste are also poor. So what we are getting? We are getting that the concept, just 1 minute, I am marking. In this particular portion you will see what you will see? You will see that the people those who are landless workers, the people those who haven't that the land resource in very particularly rural areas, such people, they are vulnerable to poverty because they are dependent on the others land, they are dependent on the availability of the work, and such work is not available all over the year. You have read about such case study in class 6 about Tulasi's in Tulasi's story of Tulasi. You have seen that Tulasi compelled to migrate to the other city for earning in the different seasons, and even there is also no certainty of job. So such kind of condition may lead to the may create the vulnerable condition, whereas the casual worker means those who are not permanent worker, there is no security that every day you will get job. So all such groups of people, they are referred as the vulnerable groups. I think it is clear to you. Next one, here the example is given, the story of Sivaraman is given. Sivaraman lives in the small village near Karur town in Tamil Nadu. Kaur is famous for the handloom and the powerloom fabrics. There are the 100 families in the village. Sivaram and cobbler by caste now works in the agricultural labor for rupees 50 per day, but that's only for the 5-6 months in the year. So one term I have used in this video earlier, who are vulnerable to be poor. In this regard, I have mentioned the workers, those who are doing in the agricultural work, and the very particularly term I have used, that is the disguised unemployment. So look at the rupees 50 per day, it is very less, whereas the average daily wages daily wages for the worker, it is rupees 200 at present. So he is earning very less. Why? Because there are so many such people, those who are seeking the work. So if you not agree to do the work in the small price, small wage, not the price, small wage, then you will not get the job. Such type of uncertainty also lead to the vulnerability of the workers, vulnerability of the different vulnerability to the poverty. Next one, please look at it. There are the, apart from these social groups, there is also the inequality of incomes within a family. In poor families, all suffer, but some suffer more than others. Women, elderly people, and the female infants are systematically denied to equal access to the resources available to the family. So what we are getting, the people, those who are elder, those who are women, such people, they are also vulnerable, because according to the Indian context, we can say such population, they are given the less importance for their lifestyle, for their improvement, and they are not able to get the full access of the resources. Means some taboo, some of the social practices, social ill practices restrict that the availability of the resources for them. And in case of the elderly, in some cases we see that the elder people, they are not given the proper care. If I take the example of a famous song in Bengali, and that is Nachiketa's Vridhashram, what we used to say, that the father or the mother has been kept in the old age home. So at the time of staying in the old age home, their mental condition also leads to that the non-availability of the resources. Means they become people mentally also, which reduce the calorie intake. So not only the calorie intake, but also that the less income after the retirement of that people, after becoming aged, when they not able to do the work, the people, they used to face the problem. I think it is clear to you. Next one, women, children, especially the girl child and the old people are poorest of the poor. The poorest of the poor. Why? The girl child. Still now in India, the sex ratio, there is huge difference in the some of the states. If I take the example, Punjab, Haryana, northern states of India, they are very particularly northern states, there is very much inequality in the child sex ratio. What is the reason behind it? Because the girl child is not being preferred. So when you will not invest on the girl child for her benefit, for her improvement, obviously such population, they will be deprived and they will not able to access to the resources. I think it is clear to you. And for this reason, they will fall in the they will fall in the poverty. So dear students, first of all, we will discuss what is the meaning of poverty. Poverty means the people, those who are poor. What is the concept regarding the poor, I think you are familiar with the some of the persons those who are begging, and we think that the people those who are begging, they are poor. This is not only the concept of poverty. Poverty also relates the some of the other dimensions, but we have to keep in mind the most important thing for the poverty, that is the less income. So less income is the one of the most important reason for poverty. Next one, what is the reason behind the less income of the people? In Indian context, if we think, we will see that the most important reason behind it, it is mainly associated with the unequal distribution of the resources. If we see the Indian society, India's economy, we will see that there is huge gap between the two categories, who have and who have not. Some of the people, they are very much in comfortable position, they are getting all sorts of facilities, whereas some of the people, they are not getting the facilities. If I take the example, in this pandemic situation, some of the multinational companies, some of the industries, some of the corporate houses, they earned a lot, whereas the people those who have migrated from the different metropolitan cities to their homeland during the time of lockdown, they suffered a lot. So in this concept, from this example, we can understand that there is no parity in the distribution of the resources. Unless until a country not able to manage the resources properly, distribute the financial resource and the other facilities to the people, obviously such country will face the problem of poverty. Second of all, in Indian context, we can say our large population is one of the most important reasons for the poverty, because always we not able to provide job to the such large population. It is quite difficult also to the government to provide the scope of employment to the all people of the country. So second most important reason for the poverty in India, it is also the large number of population. Now we will go to the two typical cases of the poverty. Here you will get in this particular portion, you can see that the urban case it is given, whereas the rural case is given. If you study this one, what you will understand, what you will see that the form of poverty, it is different in urban areas and it is also different in rural areas. The people, those who are living in urban areas, what type of problems they used to face in the poverty? They used to face non-availability of the job. Disguised unemployment is one of the most important reasons for the poverty in urban areas, whereas in our rural areas, means in the village areas, the people, those who are living, their problem is mainly associated to the not having that appropriate amount of land, seasonal unemployment, etc. So now we will see the definition of poverty. What is the definition of poverty according to the Indian context? In the Indian context, we can, who can refer as the poor, we can find it out the poverty on the basis of two basic concepts. Number one, that is the calorie consumption of the people, and number two, per capita income or average income of the people. Now we will see on the basis of these in our country poverty line has been determined, and above that criteria, above that particular calorie consumption as well as also earning of money, the people are referred as the APL or above poverty line, and those who are below of this mark both in per capita income as well as also the calorie consumption, they can be referred as the BPL, means below poverty line. So here at the time of estimating the poverty, at the time of giving the definition of the poor, we are getting the two concepts. We have to keep in mind number one, that is very particularly calorie consumption, and second of all we have to keep in mind that is related to the per capita income or the average income of a person or the family. So calorie consumption, how can we say about the calorie consumption? Calorie consumption refers that the availability of the food. In case of rural areas, we will see the people, they are mainly related to the physical work, whereas the people, those who are living in the urban areas, they are mainly concerned to the non-physical activities or mental involvement of them. So in case of the physical work, obviously calorie consumption is required more calorie consumption is required. So at the time of estimating poverty in rural context of India, we are, yes, dear students, so whatever we have got the concept that in the urban and the rural areas, even in the calorie consumption as well as also there is also difference in the per capita income. So per capita income, according to your textbook, according to the government guideline, who are poor, the people, those who have less than, or the family, those who have less than 4080 per month income, they are referred as the poor. So how many persons will be there in that family? We will consider the 5 persons maximum. So 5 persons family, those which have less than 4080 per month income, they are referred as the poor. Next one, at the same time we are estimating poor, or we are saying who are poor, we are poor saying that the people, those who are those who have the less than 5000 per month income in the urban areas, the same case that the 5 persons in a family, then it will be, they will be referred as the poor. So there is calorie consumption, we have got that the people, they have the difference in the engagement in the different types of works. So but in case of per month income, then there is also the difference. What is the reason behind it? The reason is mainly associated that the people, they can manage everything, basic amenities in the rural areas in the comparatively less price. Suppose if I take the example that consumption of food, in case of the consumption of the food materials, it may be potato, it may be rice, or it may be that the other sources of fuel, they are comparatively cheaper, or almost those who are doing the work in the field, those who are the agrarian workers, they can manage it almost in the free of cost or very less price, they can manage it. That is why 4080 rupees according to the Indian government guideline of 2011-12, we have seen that the people, they can be referred as poor. So they can manage it in the less price. Next one, 5,000 rupees, 5 members family in the urban areas has been determined the poverty line. If anyone has that less than 5,000 rupees per month, obviously any family, that family will be referred as the BPL category or below poverty line. Apart from the income, apart from the availability of the food or the calorie, now we will discuss that what are the other estimations of the poverty. Look at the people, those who are begging, they are not only referred as the poor. Those who have not access to the basic amenities of the life. Which are the basic amenities? Food, clothes, shelter. And in the present context, we can also say health and education. So those who have not such access to these areas, they will be referred as the poor people, or they are in the poverty. So basic amenities of the life, they could, when they not able to manage it, obviously it will be referred as the poverty indication or the signs of poverty. And we have to keep in mind one thing, such definitions, such amenities of the life, basic amenities of the life is different from country to country. It is variable from country to country. So what we are getting? We are getting that the example of what? Example of the such condition in which the people, those who are living in the different countries, their position, their economic status, their surroundings, climatic condition, everything determine the indication of poverty. Suppose if we compare India with Sweden. In Sweden or the Scandinavian country, as they are located in the cold climatic region, so that kind of cloth which is very much required to survive the life, even also the room heater, even also that some of the other electronic gadgets which is required for the maintaining of the life, if they don't have the access, the people can be referred as the poor. Whereas in India, what we are getting? We are not getting that kind of things because we are not habituated, we don't require such things in our daily life. So country to country it is variable. We have to keep in mind each and every country they have the special definition for the poverty, or that the people, those who are referred as the poor, for them there is a specific definition. So that definition is variable, but more or less we have to keep in mind one thing is common to all countries, that is when the people they don't have the access to the basic amenities, such population they are referred as the poor. I think it is clear to you. Dear students, we are going to the page number 35. We are going to discuss about the interstate disparities. Obviously not only society to society, among the states there is also some differences in the level of poverty. There are some of the states which have the comparatively greater income, greater per capita income, whereas some of the states they have the less income. So look at what is the interstate disparities. In comparison, there has been a significant decline in poverty in Kerala, Jammu and Kashmir, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. Jammu and Kashmir at present it is the Union Territory, you have to keep in mind. Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat and West Bengal. States like Punjab and Haryana have traditionally succeeded in reducing poverty with the help of the high agricultural growth rates. Kerala has focused more on the human resource development. So from these concepts we can say the some of the traditional way, suppose that the emphasis on agriculture, availability of the land for the all people, the implementation of technology in the agricultural field has reduced the poverty in Punjab, Haryana like states. Whereas in Kerala, West Bengal, such states, the poverty has been reduced in comparison to the earlier time or before the independence and after the independence, due to the proper emphasis on the human development, proper emphasis on the such schemes in which the maximum people they could be uh, they can be brought under the such empowering such empowering project in which they can improve themselves a lot. So human resource development leads to the development of what? Development of the people, and it is also the most important reason to reduce the poverty in some of the states. If I take the example of Maharashtra, there is traditionally it is the industrial region. So obviously industrial growth has reduced the possibility of poverty. But there are some of the states, those which are located in such climatic condition where the agriculture is not proper, where the not only agriculture, the rate of literacy, it is also quite low. In such states, the poverty usually remain in the alarming condition, or we can see that there is huge gap in the availability of the resources and the other things. So look at the line. Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Odisha have had above all India poverty level. As the graph 3.2 shows, the Bihar and Odisha continue to be the two poorest states with the poverty ratio 33.7 and 37.6% respectively. So what is the recent estimate shows that while the all India ACR was 21.9% 2011-12, states like Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Odisha, they have the higher rate of poverty than the overall ratio of India, overall percentage of overall poverty in India. So in comparison to the country's total poverty ratio, some of the states they have the higher poverty. Next one, global poverty scenario. The proportion of people in developing countries living in extreme economic poverty, defined by the World Bank as living on less than US dollar 1.5 per day, has fallen from 43% in 1990 to 22% in 2008. Although there has been a substantial reduction in global poverty, it is marked with the great regional differences. So we are going to see that the global scenario, there is also huge difference. Some of the countries they have the less poverty, some of the countries they have the huge poverty level. What is the reason behind it? We have to keep in mind the reason mainly associated to the political unrest condition. There are so many countries those which are going through the civil war, or the countries those which had gone through the civil war for the long period of time. Such countries' economy yet not stable. So such countries obviously have the problem of poverty, and the people they are facing the problem of what? Problem of very less income, because there is no security to the life. How the people they will concentrate in the income, how they will concentrate for the development of themselves or human resource generation, for their improvement, for their technical skill acquirement, there is a huge burden. So that is why there is such problem. Look at it is marked with the great regional differences. Poverty declined substantially in China and Southeast Asian countries as a result of rapid economic growth and massive investment in human resource development. So if I take the example of some of the neighboring countries in the surrounding of us, apart from China, if I take the example of Middle East countries, such Middle East countries, they are also very much they have improved a lot due to the technological development, due to the huge economic development. Such countries, such Middle East countries, they have developed their mining sector. They have developed they have developed their infrastructure, and due to the oil boom, obviously they became the oil boom, means oil exporting countries. and due to such reasons there is massive improvement in the economy. Side by side the infrastructure development has been occurred. That is why their poverty level has reduced, and they are now one of the most important countries, those which are in the ahead position, those who are leading in the economic growth. Next one, number of poors in China has came down from 85% in 1981 to 14% 2008 to 6% in 2011. In the countries of Southeast Asia, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, the decline has not been as rapid. In this regard, I want to inform you that Bangladesh at present is far ahead than India in GDP in the present scenario. So there is massive improvement even also in Bangladesh. They are trying a lot to reduce the gap between the rich and poor, and in this regard when you will go to class 10 you will also get that the concept of microfinance which has been introduced in Bangladesh. Muhammad Yunus also got the Nobel Peace Prize for this initiative, that the microfinance, the small amount of loan has been provided to the marginal people, by which they have started their own business. In India also such type of initiative has been taken by the Indian government. That is by forming, we are giving that emphasis on the formation of SHG, means self-help group, by which the income level of the people could be increased. So India like country, they are India, Bangladesh, Bhutan, they are lacking behind in case of the poverty eradication, but they are also improving. Next one, from this graph you can also get the question, that is diagram based question may be asked to you. So the short question for the short question, MCQ type of question, as well as also for the competency based question, such diagrams should be studied minutely. That is different states poverty level, and from this which is in the which state has the lowest poverty level, which state has the highest poverty level, such type of question, or which state in the third position, second position, first position, such type of question may be also asked to you. So studying of this, it is also very essential. Look at this particular portion. This is saying that the sub-Saharan Africa poverty in fact rose from 51% in 1981 to 47% in 2008. In Latin America, the ratio of poverty remained the same. It has declined from 11% in 1981 to 6.4% in 2008. Poverty has also in some of the other socialist countries like Russia, where officially it was non-existent earlier, shows the proportion of the people. So what we are getting, there are some of the countries where the poverty is more. What are the reasons? Already I have told you. One of the most important reason, that is the civil war, very particularly in African and some of the West Asian countries, those which have the border with the African continent. Such countries, they are going through the civil war. That is why there is also the problem, and that the disparity in the society may lead to the higher rate of poverty. Next question, it is also given that the diagram or that the graphical representation in which you will see that the increase and the decrease of the poverty level in different countries in the line graph. So causes of poverty already we have covered. In short we have discussed already that the poverty. Now the anti-poverty measures, this particular portion will be discussed in the next video. Thank you. Subscribe my channel and have a nice day ahead.